we are encouraged by the policy of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the Sagar policy, the Neighbourhood First policy. We are very happy that we have had outstanding relationship with India. Every time the Maldives has to dial the international 911 on an emergency, whichever government is in place in Malé or in Delhi, India has always responded. So India has this habit of sharing its development, its wealth, and its knowledge.
What are the outcomes of this visit? And I understand you met our Foreign Minister and we have signed a couple of agreements. So what is the takeaway?
As always, visiting Delhi is a pleasure, and the visit has been most constructive and productive. I met External Affairs Minister yesterday, during which we reviewed the ongoing development cooperation projects. Also, we exchanged views on international developments and issues that are close to both our countries. During the visit, as you rightly said, 9 MoUs were exchanged for high-impact development projects ranging from fish processing plant in Diggar to street lighting in Gafalif Konde to mental hospital unit in Ungufar, and also a volleyball court in Shaveni Kanditim, amongst others. So overall, this visit has been extremely good.
So, sir, as we understand that Maldives is always seen as a place where India and China are always competing. How do you look at this analogy, like when people compare the two countries and the fight for influence?
Well, that has been something that, a question that has been put to me for the last 4 years. What I continue to say is that Maldives is not a battleground for anyone. Maldives is a ground for everyone to come together. The premises where we start is that we are friend to all and enemy to none. Although we have the geographic reality of India as our next door neighbor, the largest next door neighbor, we are very happy that we have had outstanding relationship with India, a relationship which has enormously flourished during President Solih's government. And the confidence that we have in India is that every time the Maldives has to dial the international 911 on an emergency, whichever government is in place in Malé or in Delhi, India has always responded. Not only responded, but the first responder has always been India. 1988, the mercenary attack in the Maldives, undermining our sovereignty, the 2004 tsunami, the 2015 water crisis in Malé, and the most recent COVID-19 pandemic. And no doubt that President Solih has this India first policy in his foreign policy. And we are encouraged by the policy of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the Sagar policy, the Neighbourhood First policy, and he has very clearly said in the neighbourhood Maldives is first. So this outstanding relationship has enormously flourished.
So how do you look at India's leadership role right now? Whether recent meetings between India and the United States and India playing a global role now. How do you look at it? Do you think India's influence has grown in this current government, and will it benefit Maldives in a way?
India today has the largest population in the world. And India is a country full of talent, which is being seen around the world, respected around the world. India is the current G20 chair. Even as chair of G20, India has not restricted the G20 activities to G20 alone. it has reached out to countries all around, large and small countries. So India has this habit of sharing its development, its wealth, and its knowledge. As President of the General Assembly, I was privileged to travel to many parts of the world, many countries. From everywhere I traveled, I heard the gratitude of those countries which India reached out during the COVID pandemic with the Indian vaccine. And this kind of sharing has created a lot of respect, a lot of love for India around the world. And so is it in the Maldives.